Welcome to Food News and Chews. Hey, Jeremy, I'm playing CNN anchor today.
You know, if you got your computer out, then I'm probably in trouble.
This is so cool.
Well, this week on Food News and Chews, we got our Azur Farmers Market episode. We've got lots of great growers out here, so get to know your farmer, get to know your food. I'm going to take some local produce. It's tomato season and make a great heirloom tomato salad for a recipe as well, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
From concessions to festivals, bingo halls to daycare facilities, Seaworth Superstore is Kentucky's largest dealer for all your weekend kitchen or mobile kitchen supply needs. From popcorn to snow cone machines, we have the largest selection of new and used equipment with warranties to help keep your mobile food truck or weekend event going strong. That's Seaworth Superstore for Sales Road, Lexington. That's Seaworth Superstore, putting the Kentucky workforce back to work.
Today's shoppers are informed. When shopping for the family meal, today's shopper chooses Critchfield Meats for fresh, all-natural quality meats, guaranteed. Make the right choice and visit our family before you feed yours. Critchfield Meats, the meat specialist, family owned and operated since 1969. That's a grade A choice, folks. Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
It's consistent, it's delicious, it's got great tenderness, and it's really good for you. This nutritional element of making healthy animals for healthy eating is a big component about why their beef is so delicious. I feel so lucky to be a chef in Kentucky because the best way to express care for someone is to make them something to eat, and I get to do that every single day.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and lyonsfarm.com.
Welcome back to Food News and Chews. Hey, Jeremy, read my chest.
So you're not Betty Crocker. I've got to deal with it, right?
Yeah, really.
I'm actually glad you're not Betty Crocker.
Yeah, that makes me dependent on you to feed me.
Every now and then I do depend on Betty Crocker. If I'm tired at home and my kids want some cupcakes, then maybe not.
Yeah. Hey, I got this at the Mill City Museum in Minneapolis, and where they pay tribute to the wheat industry and the flour industry that they had for, and they've changed actually from milling flour just for like giant sacks of flour to doing more prepackaged kinds of things.
Has anybody, did they actually talk to you about that? Is the gluten thing changed any perception of wheat or?
Gluten and all of that stuff has changed how they do business, and that's how Pillsbury and General Mills, all those folks have stayed in business. Is they've gone to more prepackaged things, but now, like with everyone else, they're moving back in another direction, doing more things that people at least perceive as being more natural.
It seems like they want to do less process in the wheat. They leave some of the grain and stuff in it. So.
Which kind of leads us to what we're doing here today, talk about fresh.
Sure.
And we're talking about fresh, and one of the things, and I got to make sure my computer screen, because I'll go crazy if it goes blank, because this is important stuff, because we're going to be talking about fresh foods and why those are important to everyone, why fresh foods, fresh vegetables and fruits are better.
Well, I always say that the biggest determining factor is just taste for me. I mean, as a chef,
that's right.
I mean, of course I want to look all over the world for the best ingredients and season, but when you live in a place like Kentucky with this rich agricultural heritage, and you've got this bounty of stuff coming up, I mean, we're talking about the end of summer.
Yeah, tell us what's coming.
Well, I mean, we're just in the peak of tomato season, which means you get into beans, beans, tomatoes, and everything grows nicely here. So, I mean, the rich soil just makes everything taste better. Obviously, there's some nutritional benefits to eating fresh as well, so higher nutrient contents.
That's right. Now, and it's about purchasing and preparing and preserving, because I was looking up freezing of these critters. Like you get thousands of tomatoes now. What do you do with them, or the beets that are going to be coming in? And actually what the volume of evidence is that if you can't get fresh, and you should try to get fresh and local and shop at your farmer's market, then buy frozen, because it's frozen at the right when it's picked,
Sure.
and then it's shipped, as opposed to shipping stuff when it loses its value.
As
cool.
produce gets older, it loses its nutritional value. As it sits on the shelf, it just kind of deteriorates. Whereas frozen gets a bad rap. It's supposed to be inferior. But there's a lot of great techniques for freezing, like even green vegetables, Sylvia.
Yeah.
A lot of chefs nowadays, instead of blanching them in hot, salty water, to make their bright colors come out and break their texture, they'll put their green vegetables in the freezer, freeze them briefly, and then pull them out. And it's called freezer blanching. And it's just seems like one of the most perfect ways to get harness the power of the vegetables.
Yeah, and there's a great, I wanted to make sure I got this right, www.gardenguides, that's Guides,
Sure.
And it's all one word, .com, and it was an amazing thing about how you can freeze vegetables like tomatoes, for instance, that are so in season now, and that you can keep them in a freezer for 6 months.
Well, that
takes you through Christmas.
It does. I mean, you want to save all the produce you can. So if you're going to can, that's one way to do it. Freezing is another option.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
So anyway, that's important. And another thing is related to that. The FDA says how you clean your fruit and your vegetables. That you really do, even if they're organic, because they don't know what an animal might have done, and that is an animal might have done to that plant. Well, just give it a thought here or two. I won't be explicit, but you should clean everything with water, warm water, and you don't have to use those products that they sell and stuff. Anyway, it's interesting.
We have
Fresh
kind of
food
a
news.
weird perception of what is dirty, and actual
Well,
dirt.
that's true too.
And
Yeah.
it's
I ate
kind of
dirt
part
as
of
a child.
the
Look
earth,
at
and it's
me.
all natural, right? So, I mean, if you're gonna wash something with soap and chemicals,
Yeah.
what's more dirty, that or just the natural
That's
green?
true.
Natural
I
soil?
did eat dirt as a child, and look at me. Okay, don't eat
So
dirt.
that's the problem.
That explains a lot, doesn't
Yeah,
it? So anyway, all of that relates to good health. That's what we wanted to do for Food News today, because we wanted to move on and show you, because a lot of people talk about this stuff, but they really don't know exactly what all
hit
this
a
means.
farmer's market, go
Yeah,
buy
go.
some fresh produce, get to know your
Come
farmer. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk
Yeah.
to some people that grow
As much as you
things.
can. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
you can't have a tomato in January, or a banana,
They just won't taste as good.
or olive oil. So anyway, we'll be right back
Sure.
with Food News and Chews as we tour the farmer's market.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984. From concessions to festivals, bingo halls to daycare facilities, Seaworth Superstore is Kentucky's largest dealer for all your weekend kitchen or mobile kitchen supply needs. From popcorn to snow cone machines, we have the largest selection of new and used equipment with warranties to help keep your mobile food truck or weekend event going strong. That's Seaworth Superstore for Sales Road, Lexington. That's Seaworth Superstore, putting the Kentucky workforce back to work.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azur Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington. Azur is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azur Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Welcome back to Food News and Chews. You like my big toothy grin?
I thought that was the mustache.
Is that pretty or what?
That's right. We're here at the Azur Farmers Bazaar, or also Farmers Market. Got Shannon Collins here. She's the director. She's the one that's going to organize this every week. It's kind of interesting to have a farmers market at a restaurant, huh?
It is. It's a unique concept. We're the only restaurant in Lexington doing that right now.
Yeah. Well, you've got the downtown market, which is incredible. This one is a little bit more service oriented. We have, basically the basics. We keep it from Kentucky. But what can you usually find here?
There's a wide variety. We've always got Billy Webb here with his shiitakes and other mushrooms.
The fun guy?
The fun guy, indeed.
The mushroom guy.
True, and we have a new farmer who's got all organic produce coming from Paris.
Which is
nice.
a hard thing to do. I mean,
really
I tried
is.
to grow some organic, just like some parsley, and I couldn't even
What
get that
happened?
through. I'm not very
They
good.
just like
I
died.
can cook it, I can't grow it.
Hey, we want to make sure we acknowledge our youth back here, you know?
That's right.
Who's this young man,
what-
Shannon?
This is Evan Wampler Collins. He's my son, and he's manning one of our booths here at the farmers market.
You know what's unique also is one of the things that we have at this market is Montessori Middle School, where Evan goes. They produce, honey, some eggs, and some produce, and they'll bring it up here and we'll sell it for the school, and it benefits the school as well. But great local growers here.
I gotta show this
what are the
tomato.
hours?
We're here every Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Now that's a big heirloom tomato.
Nice heirloom.
That's right.
That's a big guy.
That's a real big guy.
Yeah. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday, and it continues to go, and we can't wait to have you guys
Rain
out
or
here.
shine, we'll come under the patio if it rains.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you very much. That's been great. I'm going to go dive into this thing. He can make copies for you, or he can make truffles for you.
That's exactly right.
Brian Campbell, he's got Campbell's Candies, and he's actually a great friend of ours. He works here in Beaumont Center, but he also has this talent for making handmade candies. We actually sell them at the restaurant on our dessert menu. But it's kind of neat to go to a farmer's market and see some handmade artisanal chocolates, huh?
Definitely so. Something out of the ordinary.
That's right, that's right. So he's got different varieties. You can get them here. Most Saturdays are also, like I said, we sell them at the restaurant. Incredible stuff, different kind of, well, tell us what kind of
What kind of
varieties you have in here.
Today we have dark chocolate truffles, white chocolate truffles, and then dark chocolate dipped in white chocolate truffles.
Yummers.
All handmade by a local producer. That's pretty neat.
You know, you are required to give co-hosts of Food News and Chews samples.
You are welcome to try some today.
I can attest, they're incredible truffles. Even in the restaurant, we have people that want to get in touch with him. How do we get in touch with you?
You can go to Campbell Candies on Facebook, or you can contact me at briancampbellcandies@gmail.com, or give me a phone call.
Makes it easy for holidays and also Valentine's Day.
How'd you get into it? I mean, you're a young man. I mean, what turned you on?
Jeremy here. He actually discovered me a while back, and from there we just kind of...
He's a troublemaker. He's always
I
discovering
was trying to
things.
pawn off work on somebody else. I didn't want to make candy and I didn't want to make desserts, and this guy's better at it than I am. So.
I love it.
Caramels are the best I've ever had.
Okay, well, great. Thank you, Brian, for everything.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Jeremy, don't bother me. I'm shopping. Look what I have.
What exactly are you going to do with those, Sylvia?
Hey, I'm going to let you do something with
Hopefully
them. That's what I always do with Jeremy.
That's right. Hopefully I'll teach you what to do with some of these tomatoes
sweet potato.
in a later segment. We're actually here with Deborah Kelly, and she's got a pretty interesting kind of beef, right?
Yes, I do. We raise the Wagyu beef, which is originated from Japan.
Yep.
And it's known as the most juicy, tender beef in the world. There's no other breed in the world that can surpass this breed of Wagyu beef.
Yeah, it's a very interesting cow or steer or whatever you want to call it properly. These are big, stocky guys. Back in Asia, they were used to pull carts. If you notice,
he's a big
big
fella.
stocky guys, and they just develop incredible marbling. And they are just superior in terms of for beef to eat. So marbling internally is incredible. And America, we call it Wagyu. Instead of say Kobe, because it's actually a Kobe beef, but
derivative.
it has to be from Kobe, Japan for that.
Ah,
so in America it's
but it's
Wagyu,
like
but she
virtually
actually
the same.
has. Tell us about the blend of breed you have.
Well, this is a Simmental base, which get a Simmental breed base, meaning the cows are Simmental based, so they milk well, they have big rib eyes, and the Wagyu puts the intense marbling in there. We don't need to use growth hormones. There's no need on these genetics to use growth hormones or antibiotics whatsoever. I have bred them for years and weeded out the poor doers and whatever. Sure. So genetically, I have engineered a premium product, and like I say, juicy, tender.
Where do you do this? Where's your farm?
Some people
and how many?
Some people call it Lancaster, Kentucky.
Lancaster.
Lancaster, Kentucky.
Well, it's great. I've eaten, actually several different cuts, and it's one thing that's interesting about this meat is almost every part of it can be eaten, and it's very tender. So thank you very much.
And we have free-range eggs as well. Our brown eggs we raise. Run around, right? And we have several different egg layers that produce us nice brown eggs.
Nice. Well,
thank you very much.
Antibiotics as well.
Love it.
That's where it's at.
Thank you.
All right, great. All right, bless you two. We're getting back to business here. And today, I thought that was the microphone. It's just a bunch of big beets.
You can't roast a microphone.
Anyway, look at this, Jeremy.
Yeah, we got Walker Hancock here, and she's doing organic produce, and this is, she's got a great variety for the farmer's market too. What's involved with organic produce? People are so confused about that.
Well, basically it means that you're not going to spray any synthetic fertilizers or chemicals or pesticides or herbicides in your crops. That being said, I'm not certified organic.
Sure, that's
I'm
a big
just
deal,
farm.
isn't it?
It is.
A lot of
What do you have to do?
there.
Yeah, what do you have to do to be certified? What difference is it?
There are certain records that you need to keep and certain seeds that you need to grow. For instance, if you wanted to grow corn like I have here, you couldn't use a genetically modified seed to grow that corn.
It's just more paperwork and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then you file and get certification from the state.
Well, the proof's in the pudding, or the mashed potatoes anyway. So that's this is a great stuff. We bought some produce last week for the restaurant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Everything's just premium, top notch. I can't wait for you guys to get out here and try some of this fresh stuff.
And one of these days, Jeremy, you need to show us how to do beets, because they'll start coming in
I would be happy to show you not only how to do beets, but also do the beet greens and everything that is there.
We've done pizza.
Pizza, yeah. That's why we're trying to get kids to eat beets. And what else? Put it on pizza, right?
Yeah, right. There you go.
Beans on the pizza.
Or beans on the pizza, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's a good idea. Yeah, why not? Everything. Pizza's good. A great medium for good vegetables.
Right.
Coming soon. Here comes the bride. Hey, you could use this as a thing, right?
One time I had an order for, they wanted the small yellow ones to use as table decorations.
They're beautiful. People are doing that now with artichokes and
Yes.
stuff.
It's a good thing that he's a fun guy.
You are a fun guy, Billy, like the mushroom man.
Yeah, this guy is unprecedented in terms of mushroom farming. This is boutique mushroom farming. Billy and I have been friends for quite a long time, and I'm really proud to have him up here at the Azur Farmers Bazaar, because if you guys can tell, from foraged mushrooms to grown mushrooms, the quality is unparalleled. I mean, that's a nice specimen of an oyster mushroom, right?
That's beautiful.
Correct.
Tell us about how this is done.
Well, if I can step over here one second, we grow the shiitakes. We start the shiitakes. This would have been sawdust 10 weeks ago, and as you can tell on here, I made that on the 16th of May. Yeah. Now, that's in a special cooking bag. We sterilize the sawdust and then put the spawn in there. But we made this one on the 8th of May. And if we can look, we can already start seeing the mushrooms coming out.
Oh, look, they grow in there.
They grow in there. So after they grow in there, we harvest the mushrooms. And we take the plastic off of there and we harvest the mushrooms. And Jeremy, can you reach me that one over here?
Yeah, sure.
That looks like a beehive.
The mushroom,
looks like a beehive.
The mushrooms actually harden the block up, and they grow off of there, and then we clean the block up and we let it set for a while, and then we get more mushrooms.
How much of a yield will come out of a block like that?
This is a 5-pound block, and the theory is, which doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. The theory is that you should get about 40% of the weight. So we should get about 2 pounds of shiitake mushrooms off here. I'm working at about 1.25 pounds off of a block right now.
That's nice. But definitely not 2 pounds, is it?
Not 2 pounds.
This is hard work, and it really pays off too. I mean, especially when I'm in the kitchen, when you're cooking this stuff.
Where's everybody else's mushrooms? Jeremy will have these spoken for.
Especially the chanterelles.
Yeah, this is a neat forage variety. This is actually my favorite mushroom, the golden chanterelle. I mean, in terms of cooking, I can't describe the flavor of this. It's incredible.
How do people find your mushrooms? You have a farm?
I have a farm.
You have a farm. I'm supposed to do this. I'm so bad.
I have a farm, but I don't have a web page right now.
You're just Billy Webb.
I'm just Billy Webb. You can go on Facebook and look for Billy Webb, the mushroom, Billy Webb.
The fun guy.
The fun guy, the mushroom farmer, and Facebook me, or you can follow me on Twitter at Chautauqua Farm. And but I lost my .com name. I didn't re-register it, and someone bought it, and they're trying to sell it to me right now.
And also, if you want to email foodnewsandchews.com, we can happily get you in touch with them, because you don't want to miss this stuff.
No,
yeah.
Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
When I get things in the kitchen, I can tell right off the bat. After I get done searing it or put it on the grill or roasting it or baking it or frying it or whatever I'm going to do, the second I cut into that thing, whether it's the resistance on the fork or just the way it kind of slides across the knife, it's got to be right on from the get-go. And it seems like this beef does that every single time.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and LyonsFarm.com.
Now, the award-winning dishes enjoyed at Azur Restaurant and Patio can be featured at your next event when you order from Azur Catering. Our services include menu planning with our amazing food, event site location, rental equipment, linens, event staffing, and seeing to every last detail of your wedding, special event, or corporate event. Visit AzurCateringKY.com or call 859-327-7125 to start customizing your menu today.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984.
Today's shoppers are informed. When shopping for the family meal, today's shopper chooses Critchfield Meats for fresh, all-natural quality meats, guaranteed. Make the right choice and visit our family before you feed yours. Critchfield Meats, the meat specialist, family owned and operated since 1969. That's a great A choice, folks.
Welcome back to Food News and Chews. Hey, Jeremy, we have some guest chefs here today.
What are they?
The Japanese beetles.
That's right. Well,
Big
they are
green
flying
things
around.
are
We're
everywhere.
outside on the patio.
And been eating your stuff.
They are eating my
Well,
stuff.
they're
I got
trying
some
to
nice
get ahead of
produce
their
from the
game.
farmer's bazaar and the market, so we got to make a little salad out of it.
Oh, yummy.
It is tomato season, so heirloom tomatoes is the way to go. I eat these till I'm sick until October, and then I can't wait for them to come back again in July or June, the end of June. So ask me what these are, Sylvia. I know you want
what
to.
in the world are those little soft things?
These are squash blossoms. So on the end of your zucchini and squash flowers, this is what ends up.
Pretty, because the squash part is really hard.
Yeah, exactly. So these are in the end, they have a very short shelf life, but they're very good to eat. You know what to do with them is take them and kind of open them up a little bit.
Like a flour.
Yeah, like a flour, and then add goat cheese. So we're gonna stuff these with cheese, right?
Inside, yeah.
Yep, just like that. You know, this is just the start of the salad. We'll have a couple of these,
Oh,
and I'll do a
I
kind of
can
a
eat that right
relleno preparation. And
A
what
what?
a relleno preparation, like you make a chili relleno, one of those sautéed peppers.
No, I don't know about that. But
Well,
anyway.
a little pan with some
I'll
olive
trust
oil
you.
in it.
Okay.
Gonna roll it in flour.
Yeah, and
And-
that's seasoned flour.
Yeah, salt and pepper in there is all, and then dip it in some beaten egg, and see how it's
Oh,
kind
man,
of
I think
goopy
we're
like
gonna
that.
like this.
And drop it in the pan
And
for
it'll
it to
fry.
kind of for it to cook,
That'd be great.
and keep it on kind of medium-low heat. You can just kind of saute. You want the cheese to be warm and ooey gooey in the middle. In the meantime, time to slice heirloom tomatoes, right?
And they're so tiny. Where did you just like?
These are just different little varieties. I couldn't even name all of them here.
Because we just saw a giant heirloom tomato in the Azur Farmers Bazaar.
That's right. So the thing I like to do with heirloom tomatoes is just really kind of keep them in different, simple little shapes, just little different slices.
Aren't
That'll
those
kind
pretty
of
and
make
colorful?
the plate kind of fill up with different colors. So I'm not doing much other than slicing.
Gotcha.
You know, this one will take.
Hey, while
the
you're
end off.
slicing, can we also announce there's some other cooking kinds of things
Sure.
going on in town? The Lexington Farmers Market Harvest Dinner Festival is on August 24th, and we're
Right.
actually going to be doing a Farmers Markets episode to talk about that.
Always fun.
Crave is coming.
Yep.
Their brunch on August 25th.
It's
Crave
going
is
to be
a great big food thing.
festival. It's going to be right here
Right
in
out
the
here, Moondays.
amphitheater too. So.
Yeah. And the Incredible Food Show is on October 26th. That's going to be real neat. I mean, last year it was just huge.
It's getting bigger every year. It's a
Yeah,
great event.
it's a great
Everybody's got to
event.
attend. Even if you're not a particular foodie, you can find something fun to do.
Yeah,
So
so
heirloom
it's
tomatoes,
good. Okay.
they're down. I'm going to use some applewood smoked salt on them.
Oh,
Now-
did you get that at Stuarto's?
I did.
I sniffed that the other day.
That's right. I'm also using his oil in the pan. It's great.
Yeah.
So
man, that
applewood-
store is like a candy land.
One thing I do in winter when tomatoes aren't very ripe is I'll throw them on the grill and get that charred flavor. But now that tomatoes are in season, you get that nice delicate sweetness of the tomato, but the little smoked salt gives it that kind of grill, you know, campfire flavor that's a neat contrast.
Campfire flavor.
That's right.
That really conjures up good images.
So let's just be kind of random with how we put the tomatoes
You're
on the plate.
never random. You're an artist.
Very, very rustic,
How
you know, and
pretty.
tall. Yeah, and they don't, I'm not doing any cooking here really, just, you know, kind of making tomatoes
Well, we
look.
won't give away that secret.
Yeah, right.
He does cook all the time. Cooks for me every night.
Yeah, so let's make some things look neat.
And look at
different
these little
shape.
guys are just going to town.
They are. So we'll flip those over while we decorate our plate up. So Nice little batter on the outside.
Yeah. Oh, that
it's
looks so
sticking
good.
a little bit on me, but you just get the pan a little bit hotter.
Yeah,
we're outside,
yeah.
so
We're doing it kind of
so
al
I like to use
fresco.
some nice country mixed olives. You know, decorate the plate with. A
Now
nice
this
little
is something
salty
you
bite.
serve on your menu, right?
Yeah, this is our heirloom tomato salad at Azur. If you haven't tried it, I suggest getting
it's
it.
going out the door and.
Well, as it should. This is the season. You guys should be eating
this stuff, and we should be eating it.
I'll take basil pesto, and I'll grill this baguette and just kind of pop it.
And this is pesto.
So
you
got
can get
kind
that
of
in
like
a grocery store. I've seen that.
Sure, a neat little bruschetta.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, and now I do.
Big leg over here. And then now the squash blossoms are ooey and gooey and warm in the center,
You know what,
right?
Jeremy? You're not going to, maybe you won't have to take care of me in my old age as much as I thought. They say dementia is actually, instead of going up, it's actually coming down, according to a study they did of people in Wales. And they said it's because of what?
Probably
good health and educational levels are determining factors. So you eat this stuff and...
if you eat this stuff, I can't imagine anything's going to be wrong with you. So a little nice Stuardo's balsamic vinegar.
That sounds good.
On your tomatoes.
The other health news this week is that I'm also proven right on this. There is a lack of a gene that makes you get obese. You can eat the same amount of food as somebody else. I've always thought that, and that's lacking a gene that they have discovered, and they're going to try to use that to help people acquire the gene.
Well, I need that gene.
Yeah, me too.
A little bit of lemon oil on the plate as well, and that's a nice heirloom tomato salad. Goat cheese, squash blossoms.
Oh, isn't that
everything
beautiful?
from the market, and you can't beat that. That's just where it's at.
Yeah, you can get it right here at Azur. We've been at Food News and Chews, and we've had a great day at the
We've been at Food News and Chews.
I have got dementia. It is happening, and I'm in good health.
Better eat a
Anyway,
tomato.
we'll be back next week. I'll eat a tomato. We'll be back next week with Food News and Chews.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azur Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington, Azur is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azur Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984, 888-428-0984.